Welcome back to another episode of the Brawn Body Podcast. So, I do apologize. The one I had slated to release before Thanksgiving did not post. It did not publish. We had issues with our connection to the server, and it wouldn't upload, and then I went to upload it Thursday morning before Thanksgiving got all going for me, and, it actually didn't save the recording, which really frustrated me. So we're actually kind of combining what that episode would have featured in with today's Monday motivational. So I hope you enjoy the show. It should be a good one. As a reminder, today, so this is November 30th, when this is airing, is the last day to take advantage of our Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, whatever term you want to use, sale. So we have 45% off all of our pre-built programs. So the Brawn Booty program, the Brawn Booty home exercise program, and the bundle, which is already discounted, and it has both programs built into it. Now, remember, the Brawn Booty program actually has enough exercises and workouts for you to do 34 weeks of exercise and activity. If I remember correctly, it was either 34 or 36. Now I'm second guessing myself. But either way, you get 8 to 9 months of phenomenal workout programming, great workouts. Everything is covered. Warm up, cool down, cardio, lifting. You're not left guessing. You're not left out in the dark on what am I doing? Why am I doing this? That sort of thing. It's complete. If there's different exercises that you can't do, or you don't have certain equipment and you need to make a swap, that's all built into the program. So it's really a program like no other, and we've had amazing results and feedback from it so far. So highly recommend checking that out. HEP is our home exercise program. So this is for those who want to build their butt from the comfort of their own home with simple things like dumbbells or kettlebells. Either one works, and resistance bands. So these are things that you can invest maybe $100 max in and still build an amazing butt, still get in shape, very fit, that sort of thing. So, and again, this is totally inclusive. So even though it's a butt building program, you still get upper body workouts, you still get cardio, that sort of thing. And the bundle, of course, combines both. We also have discounts on our consultations and all of our custom workout programming, which is actually our best seller. So with that, you're getting any kind of goal, anything that you need, whether it's mobility related, strength related, specific exercise, just a general goal, whatever it is, we build a program specifically for you to address that specific area of need. So if you're struggling with your squat, your deadlift, and you want to focus on those, we can do that. If you're struggling with your bench press, we can do that. If you want to shed a few pounds, get in shape for the holidays, New Year's resolution, whatever. So highly recommend checking those out as well. And if you don't need it, maybe you know someone who does. The gift of fitness for the holiday season never goes out of style. New Year's resolutions are a big thing. A lot of people struggle to get fit in the new year. So now's a great opportunity to give someone the gift of better health and fitness in 2021. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to today's episode. Thank you again for listening. Hope you enjoy. So Monday motivation combined with what would have been our Thanksgiving episode. So our Thanksgiving episode was going to be about the importance of being thankful, the importance of showing how grateful you are for all the things that you have in your life. Even if you don't have much, odds are you have so many things to be thankful for. We're going to talk about the importance of being around those you love and the importance of social health and mental health and emotional health during this time. And of course, we're going to talk about food and how if you wanted to eat healthy at Thanksgiving, you could, but we really do not recommend it. Thanksgiving is a time to feast. a time to load up, a time to go out and eat 3 or 4 plates and grab 3 more for dessert and not feel guilty about yourself. These are the holidays in a nutshell, not just Thanksgiving, but Christmas. I'm not familiar with Hanukkah or Kwanzaa to the level that some people are, but I would assume, I think it's safe to assume, that there's some level of food involvement there as well, or any other holiday you might be celebrating this time of year. So with that, we're going to give you the spark-noted version of all of that today in this Monday Motivation. So first, starting off, is Thanksgiving. So, great holiday. The purpose of it is to be grateful for things, to show how thankful you are for all the things you have in your life. Now, I want you to take a minute, right here, right now. Think, okay? Think about all the things you have to be thankful for. Write them down. If you got paper, if you can open up the note app on your phone, do it. Obviously, if you're driving, now's not the time to do it. But open something up, get a pen and paper, whatever you got to do. Write down 5 things you're thankful for. 5 things. So your health. Could be, your house, your car, your family. Your job, your career, your education, whatever. Write down 5 things that you're thankful for. Okay, got them? Now write down 5 people you're thankful for. Okay, so 5 people. Your dad, your mom, your brother, sister, whoever, your boss, maybe, your friends at school, your friends from school, your drinking buddy on, your beer pong buddy, whatever. Whoever it is, write 5 people that you're thankful for down. So if you did that right, you've got 5 things that you're thankful for and 5 people you're thankful for. Now, what I want you to do, and this is going to be a challenge for some of you, is reach out to those 5 people and thank them for being an amazing part of your life and for having a positive impact on you. Now, I say that, and most people kind of shudder for a second. They're like, wait, what? What do you want me to do? You want me to thank someone randomly out of nowhere? Why? What do I have to do that for? And this is one of the biggest problems I see in our nation today, is we are a culmination of all the people who impact us in our life. Think about all the people that have impacted you or influenced you in some way, shape, or form. Think about the professors or teachers. Think about the coaches in sports. Think about all of your friends, all of those people you got along with well, all the people you didn't get along with well. Think about your family. Think about different people in spirituality, whether it's pastors, ministers, Sunday school leaders, what have you. Think about different professional athletes. Most people, they grow up and they're playing a certain sport and they look up to someone. For me, when I grew up playing baseball, my person was Derek Jeter. I loved looking up to Derek Jeter, watching him play shortstop for the Yankees, that sort of thing. So with that, think about that, okay? Think about those people and reach out to them because they've had such an impact on you and your life. And you might not know this, but your life would probably be pretty different if it wasn't for those people, right? So give them a thank you. And again, you might be a little uncomfortable at first, but why are you uncomfortable with saying thank you? Why are we, as Americans, so uncomfortable with the thought of giving credit to other people who deserve credit? This is a big problem I keep seeing in our country over and over and over again, and I swear it gets worse and worse every day. A lot of people out here, they're good. They're doing a lot of good things. When you see that, what you need to do is stop, pump the brakes, and put your hands together. Give credit where credit is due. Simple enough, right? So, I'm asking you to do that now. Go ahead, do it. I'll be silent for a minute. Or you could just pause the show, either way. But give thanks to those people. Now, okay, we checked off the box. Okay, so we've set thanks. Thanksgiving check, number 1. Okay, so we showed gratitude. Now what else do we have to do? So the food aspect. Obviously, at this point, this show is going to air on Monday. So by now, you're probably done with the big feast. You're probably already loaded up on turkey and stuffing and gravy or dressing, whatever you call it, pie, whatever. I personally always load up on sweet potatoes. I know that's kind of a weird thing to load up on, but I have a little bit of an unhealthy addiction to sweet potatoes. I think it was 3 or 4 of them at Thanksgiving this year. So whatever it was, eat it. Load up and do not feel guilty. Why? Think about this. If you're someone who is constantly worrying about their health and fitness, you're getting to the gym, you're eating healthy, you're watching everything, you're keeping a close eye on things, that takes a lot of work. That takes a lot of mental energy and expenditure. You're putting in a lot of sweat equity there. So it is very rewarding, not just, to how you feel, but just to your deeper intellectual and cognitive self to not have to worry about it. Your body is meant to enjoy things, right? So when it comes to eating, obviously if you're eating, chicken and rice for the 3rd time this week, or, if you're eating another grass-fed thing of beef or whatever, it gets old after a while. I have eggs every single day for my brunch, my first meal, eggs, every day. I try not to get tired of it. I switch up different sauces and seasonings and what I put in it. Sometimes I'll add cheese. Sometimes I won't add cheese. There's different little hacks I've built in there. But at the end of the day, it's the same thing every single day. And I've done that for 2 or 3 years now. So it'll get old after a while, right? So it's nice to kind of step back away from that for one day and hit the reset button and say, let's change it up for a day, kind of hit that reset button and bring us back to the starting point. Because, again, if you keep doing the same thing day in, day out, I don't care how good you are, eventually you'll run the risk of burning out. You'll run the risk of your body getting tired of it and saying, nope, this is not me, this is not comfortable, I don't want to do this anymore. So go in, load up, and do not feel guilty about any of it because, again, this is something that's going to help you in the long run. And with that, too, there's multiple studies that have links between those occasional cheat meals or reward meals and better fat loss and muscle gain and all the different things that most people are looking for. So if you can reward yourself once in a while and get better, why would you not do that? That's my question. So we've given thanks for all the different things in our lives. We went out, we loaded up, and we don't feel guilty. We're not going to punish ourselves with 1,000 burpees the next day or some stupid marathon length run or anything like that. We're done. We took care of it all. So thanks. We did the food, and now moving onwards. Now, the importance of being around those you love or those who love you, however you felt comfortable doing that this year, whether it was in person, online, virtually, what have you. That stuff matters more than physical health in some instances. So what I mean by that is there's people I've seen in, to put it bluntly, not so good, absolutely terrible physical health, but they live to 100, 103, 105, and people say, how do they do that? Well, you look at their life, and they are very socially active. They have a lot of people around them. They're spiritually active, and they're engaged in their faith, and because of that, they tend to live to really long ages, and that shows the importance of health being a multifaceted thing. You cannot pinpoint health to one system or one thing. You can't just go out and run and expect to eat healthy if all you're doing is eating ice cream. You can't just, eat, a perfect, well-balanced, clean diet if you're not exercising, if you're not active and doing anything, right? So you have to approach everything. But the most often overlooked piece is that social and mental side of things. So what I mean by that is how often in the past, how long have we been? 9, 10 months? Have you considered, the importance of being social during these lockdowns? A lot of people, they kind of, they've embraced the home and the, isolation and that sort of thing. It's comfortable to be at home, right? But again, with that comes the downside. People are meant to be active. We are meant to be around others. We are meant to be engaged. So we're not engaged right now as much as we normally are, obviously. So what do we do about that? Well, we need to find ways to get engaged, and that's where the holidays come in. The holidays are a great time to spend around family, friends, and that sort of thing. And these are all essential pieces to your health. If you are not socially active, your mental and emotional health are going to suffer as a result. So the more socially active you are, from what the research shows, the better your mental and emotional health is. And there's other tie-ins too, even to physical health. Maybe one of your friends is your gym partner. And, for you, being social is also being active and exercising, which is a good thing. So, again, with that, going a step further here, take time to really soak up and soak in these moments that you get with those who you love and those who love you. One, because you never know when it might be your last time seeing them. There's some family members that I haven't seen in far too long because of the virus. And, that thought runs through the back of my mind sometimes. Is this the last time I see this person? Is this the last time I get to hear this person's voice? That sort of thing. And it's scary, but thinking about those things actually helps me because then I live my life with no regrets. Thinking that way has led me to say more deep thoughts and feelings that I don't often say to family members especially, and has caused me to kind of live each day like it could be the last opportunity we have to communicate with one another. And I think that, making sure I put everything I have out there and not leaving anything on the table has really fostered better connections and relations between myself and my family, my friends, that sort of thing. Because, you're connecting in ways that people don't connect anymore. How often do you call someone up and talk to them on the phone for an hour and talk to them about all these different thoughts and feelings and different things that mean so much to them? How often do you do that anymore? Not that often, right? And why don't we do that? Are we too busy? Is that what we keep telling ourselves? We're living in a pandemic. Most of us never leave the house. So how are we too busy? Are we too busy but getting 9 or 10 hours of sleep at night? How could you be sleeping 9 or 10 hours at night when you haven't called your family in a week and a half? These are the people that made you. These are the people that raised you. Sure, you might not agree with them on everything. Sure, you might not always see eye to eye. But in my case, and in most of your cases from what I know, they love you unconditionally. And they have done everything they can to bring you to the point that you're at right now. And that means something. So take the time this holiday season, not just for Thanksgiving, but for Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, to put the phone down, put it on airplane mode, and look these people in the eye and have great conversations with them. Get deep, get thoughtful, whatever it might be. Because I'm telling you, these are the kind of things that you'll remember for years and years and years, and be very thankful that you did them. And these are the kinds of lessons that you'll pick up on that you'll pass down to your own children someday. And from my standpoint, one of the biggest lessons I picked up from my uncle is the value of hard work and giving freely without expecting anything in return. And I'll talk about that real quick. So a lot of people think they know what it means to work hard. They, maybe they go out, they got their job, and they give their job their 40 hours a week. They worked hard, right? Those 40 hours, they were focused, they were tuned in, dialed in, and they worked hard. And then what happens? They go home, They flip on the TV, they watch Netflix, they go to bed, sleep 9 hours, wake up the next day, do it again, right? They worked hard, 40 hours, Maybe that person also works out a few times, maybe 4 times a week, 30, 40 minutes, maybe like a spin class or something, whatever. They worked hard, right? They got their 150-minute goal of exercise per week. Okay? Yeah, they worked hard. Let me tell you this story. So, my uncle, he was a kid growing up. He would wake up before high school, 4 in the morning, and he would go and deliver milk back when milk was still being delivered every morning in glass bottles. So he'd wake up and go on milk runs. Then he would go to the barn, do a few barn chores before he went off to school. He'd stay at school all day, come back home, barn chores. He'd go in for dinner, come back out, barn chores. He would go back in 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. You know what he would do? He would get on the phone in the kitchen and he would call up this girl that he really loved. This girl who meant more to him than anything else. And he eventually ended up marrying this girl. But he would call her up on the phone. And he would sit there in the kitchen on the phone with her until they both fell asleep. He would fall asleep there in the kitchen. He said usually it was around midnight, maybe 1 in the morning. Wake up the next day at 4 a.m. and do it again. He worked hard. From an extremely young age, this guy was putting in 7-hour school day, 5 days a week. He was getting up and putting in 3 hours of work before he started school, and then coming home and putting in 4 or 5 hours more of work. Think about that. What does that add up to? 14, 15, 16-hour days every single day, day in, day out. And then when he's done, he gets on the phone. And you know what he does? He talks. He talks to someone, and maybe it would have been more comfortable for him to go to bed. Maybe he would have been better off getting more sleep, right? But that didn't matter to him. You want to know why? Because he had one thing in his life at that point that meant more to him than anything else. So he prioritized it. He put that other person first, above himself. And he carried that kind of energy throughout the rest of his life. He's still alive, and I'm very thankful for that. But he works hard, and he always puts other people first. And that's the kind of thing we need right now in America. We need more positivity. We need more hard work and dedication, always willing to go the extra mile. There's another guy who's one of our family friends that comes to mind that does the same thing. And he's up until midnight, 1 in the morning every night, and then wakes up 4:30 to go to work. He is pretty much always doing something. He's always working, and he's one of those people that'll outwork anyone. And you just stop and you think about these people, and you wonder, how can they keep going? How do they do that? But the question is, how can you not? They're living lives that are so inspired. They're so driven by everything that they're doing that they literally are not burning out. They keep burning the candle at both ends, but the candle keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger because their life is so full of purpose. Think about that. Is your life filled with that amount of purpose? And if it's not, what can you do to add more purpose to your life? What can you do today? What can you do right now to add more purpose, more value to your day? How can you give more to all those around you, all of those who love you, all of that? Whew. What an episode, right? So, again, this was kind of the spark-noted version of what would have been aired last Wednesday. And I tried to tie in some more of the Motivational Monday type of stuff. And I hope this podcast was valuable to you. I certainly got a lot out of talking just about these different things. And if you want to hear any more about any of this stuff, please feel free to reach out and chat with me about it. But ultimately, be thankful for all the amazing things you have. Give back to those who have given so much to you. And find purpose and meaning and value in life, because those people who have given you purpose and value and meaning, those lessons that you've picked up are the same ones you're going to be sharing years and years down the line. And I might have got distracted a little bit there when I started talking about, one or two of my own little stories that kind of stick in my head that I'm never going to let go. But again, the importance of sharing good things like that. We need more positive energy in this country right now. So with that, thank you, as always, for listening and supporting the Brawn Body Podcast. If you like the show, please feel free to share it with a friend. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to engage with us on social media, too. You can find us at Brawn Body, Brawn with a W, on all platforms. And again, we've got that sale going on right now, and Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and all the different holidays are coming up. And if you need gifts or want to help one of your friends, if you want to give back to them and give them the gift of better health and fitness in the new year, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to help you get that all set up and hooked up there. Thanks again for listening. Appreciate all of you, all of your support, and all of your love. Have a great rest of your day. Great week.